Hey everybody, welcome to the 184th episode of Super Joystick Radio, a weekly gathering of friends here to talk about all things video games. My name is Andy Halder, and I'm joined by two of my favorite party members, Jay Schmed and Justin D.
What's going down, party people?
Today, in honor of Women's History Month, we'll be celebrating women's impact on the gaming industry. From their pioneering work in storytelling to development and technological innovation, women have helped create the games industry and continue to push it forward. We'll highlight some of those passionate and innovative leaders, as well as some of our favorite female protagonists. But first, what have we been playing? Schmed, you want to take us off?
Yeah, fellas, still rocking and rolling on that Destruction All-Stars this week.
Crushing it.
Let me tell you, boys. It's just that Destruction Derby character kind of multiplayer action racer kind of thing going on PS5, but getting the hang of this, boys. This week this morning I got my third victory in Mayhem mode, where it's just one, just solo action going in there against 16 people trying to get the most points and just, rack up that damage and destruction.
Hell yeah. Is that the kind of the chicken winner or winner chicken dinner?
Yeah, kind of. I mean, it just has like a leaderboard system where every little thing you do racks up points throughout the entire thing, and if you just brush up against another car, you get some points. But
nice.
Just really getting into that loop of things, and because you got to collect these gems throughout the gameplay, and kind of get your supercar boosted up. So you can spawn that and spawn your character special ability.
We're watching your victory dance right here on the background.
Yes.
Did you choreograph that yourself?
No, that's actually, they got unlockable emotes. So that's kind of the Overwatch thing too, is each character, has several different skins and emotes and things you can purchase with the in-game funds. So been kind of, racking up that cash and buying a few things for the characters I like. But Gion is the kind of my main right now in Destruction All-Stars. But he's that, I think I mentioned it a couple weeks.
Main!
Hey! This guy knows what I'm talking about. Yeah, I think I mentioned him, a couple weeks back when we first talked about this game. But he's got his special ability on his car is like a porcupine, like a bunch of spikes just come out. So you can, to me, it makes the most sense out of all the characters because it's both a defensive and an offensive mechanic. Nice. You can ram into people with the porcupines, or you can just like sit in the middle and just wait for people to try to hit you because they're going to get more damage against them. So we got someone in here dropping on the Twitch chat talking Adam Sandler quotes here. I don't know if anybody's catching that, but
what is this one? One time I fed a snake some beer.
Taking it back with that one.
That's right. Get in on the conversation. Join us. If you're just an audio only listener, you can watch us record the show live and get in on the conversation in the chat. We got a bunch of people in here.
Yeah, the buffoon from the Adam Sandler days. Love it. Anyways, so yeah, porcupine car, just tearing them up out there. I love it. But I talk about getting to that flow of things. Well, so your car has a damage meter, and when it gets to that like under 20% health, you want to pop out of your car. Eject from your car and maybe do your special character ability, pop that on the ground. And like Gion, he drops mines on the ground. So I'll pop that R1 when I'm on foot and just drop these little mines around so that, you can get some points, rack up some points that way with the little mines that people just run over and hit and shit. So, but yeah, your car will run out of health. So you got to like pop from car to car and just keep that cycle going so you don't get wrecked. And lose your car completely, because that's how people can get the most points off if you actually wreck your car completely and kind of kill you in a sense.
Now, do you feel like morally like I don't know, like do you feel bad if you run somebody over?
Not at all in this game. I'm laughing the whole time, like a sinister laugh.
That's so arcadey. You shouldn't. Don't feel bad.
Yeah, actually,
but there's it's like I don't know. It just feels like when it's the bumper cars, like that's cool. But like when you're not in the car and you're just like running around, like I feel like that's kind of just like like
you just splat them. Yeah, they're like little ants out there. Yes. You just crush them. No, because fuck them, man. They're trying to jump on top of my car and take my shit too. Because that's the other thing. If you're on foot, you can hop on people's vehicles and try to like commandeer them, take them back, take them from them. But it's cool. It becomes this like little mini game where the driver has to shake them off with the left stick.
I suck at that, by the way.
It's tough, man. Doing
both,
like the left stick
in
shake.
both ways. Like if I'm the one doing the shaking or being shook.
Yeah.
Shaken.
That's
Shaken
cool. It turns into a little mini game. So the driver has to shake them off with the left stick, and then the person trying to hijack the car has to go into like this little button press quick
You're
time
on
event
fire.
kind of thing. Yeah, it's like square, circle, square, and it kind of randomly switches that up all the time, so you don't know, the patterns different every time. So
You run like a ninja.
Yeah,
Like
that's
straight
pretty
looks
cool.
like Naruto, bro.
yeah, it's fun though. I would say this is great for those little bite-sized moments. So like, I've been playing it on my lunch break a little bit. So I'll have like 20-30 minutes after eating my lunch.
His lunch break. By that he
Working
means all
remotely at the
day at
house.
work.
But it's good for those 5-10 minute matches. If you only got a little bit of time to burn, it's great for that because it's it's only going to be 5 minutes every time. So
Nice.
at least in the mayhem mode. And my one problem with this game, though, I feel like the population seems a little bit kind of low at this point. I know the PS5, it's still kind of working its way out into the, out into the world. So maybe not a lot of people are rocking Destruction All-Stars, but who knows? I hope it kind of grows as the PS5 population kind of picks up a little bit. Maybe people will start, getting in there, and it won't be so hard to find a game. But it depends on what time you're playing. I try to get on at popular times, like right after work or something, or Friday, Saturday nights or something are like your best bet. Because I was trying to play Sunday morning one time, Central Time Zone, and it was like there was nowhere to be found. It was like 6 out of 10 matchmaking, 6 out of 10 or something in one of the games I was playing, and like yikes. So I'm like one of 6 people trying to play this game right now. What the fuck's going on out there? But who knows? Maybe it's because there's just so many people playing, the servers don't know how to handle it.
I'm sure that's the spin on it.
Yep.
Yeah, another cool thing, they just added a 4v4 mode for the multiplayer, which is cool. So I'm glad to see them kind of already adding some things to this game, kind of giving it that always live feel. But Andy, I know when we played multiplayer, we thought there was the multiplayer game types were a little lacking, so I'm glad they added this in, and I think we can play this in party mode now too, and match make together and shit instead of doing like the solo modes together and stuff. But yeah, man, Destruction All-Stars, if you're out there in the PS5 land, and send us a message.
Is it still free?
Smash some cars.
Yeah,
I think it is free.
Yep.
What is it till April or something, Justin?
For free. I think it's till April. Yeah, I don't remember the specific date, but it's something that they were pushing out there for free for a few months.
Yeah, I feel like they were tacking on another month or two after.
And
the PS Plus thing.
don't forget about the SJR. That even if you only have a PS4 right now, but you plan to get a PS5, you can go on the website or the app and go to the PlayStation Store and claim that shit, so that you can download it once you get a PS5. Check it.
Yes.
All right. So
Justin.
Yeah, Justin, what do you got?
Yeah, so again, just powering through the Final Fantasy 11. I just been crushing that week after week, and so yes. So I did it. I finally did something I've never done before. I unlocked all 22 classes, which was at times very difficult because there's a lot of shit that goes on with each one. So you start off with 6 classes, and that's Warrior, Thief, Monk, Black Mage, White Mage, and Red Mage. And then for all the other ones, you have to go through some of them are a little bit more sizable in quest length, and some of them are deeper storyline and have more meaningful designs to them. Some of them are very simple. You watch a monster die as a ranger to sort of appreciate life, but that takes about 5 minutes, and then boom, you can be a ranger. I don't know how that makes you a ranger, but sure. Some of them are fetch quests, and that's pretty much the extent of it. So my favorite, hands down, Beastmaster, baby. I love the solo ability of this motherfucker. Dude, it just tears shit up. I got this tiny little grasshopper as my pet. Boy howdy.
Jiminy Cricket?
Yeah, it's something nasty. That motherfucker can just shred people. So pets get these cool abilities where you get them every like 30 seconds, and it gets 3 charges, and some of their moves use 1 charge, 2 charge, or all charges. And the grasshopper has this AoE attack, so it's an area of effect attack for those that are non-gamers.
Thank you for clarifying.
favorites.
So that, yep, absolutely. So it's a sort of a, think of like a donut. Okay, it hits everything in the donut. It just, it's crazy. So I've just been just straight destroying everything on Beastmaster. That is a lot of fun. Fuck you, Kitey. I love you, buddy, but you're a donut.
That's my kind of comeback right there.
The chat is firing off today. I love it. I love this shit.
But I've also been working on the Dark Knight, and so it's the Dark Knight playing the Dark Knight. Yes. So I mask up as the old Cape Crusader. I did another chapter. It's on my Twitch. Probably be there for about another week or so. And it's like 45 minutes long, so it's not a very long clip at all. But yeah, you can watch. No one was watching when I was doing it, so it was like a Friday night or something like that. So by all means, tune in for it. But I like lose my mind while I'm watching it, or I just like start talking insanity. So
I gotta put
because I'm just all by myself.
What am I doing here?
Yeah, right.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it is. Thanks, babe.
Justin's wife is on the chat, and she said that Justin will wear that mask around the house. Horrifying.
Yeah.
Do you just pop out at her and like, can I save you?
Around the corner, I'm like, hello. Where's Rachel?
Where's Rachel?
What's for dinner tonight?
There's some YouTube guy that did that, and he's got like a series of videos. Have you guys ever seen that?
Oh yeah, College Humor.
Yeah,
it's like Bad Man. Yeah, it's College Humor, and it's called Bad Man instead of Batman. And there's just so much, like, he uses a gun and kills people, and they have Patton Oswalt as the Penguin, and Batman's killing people with a gun, and he's like, Batman, you just killed people. He's like, no, I didn't. They're just sleeping. It's so funny. Oh man. But once I finish my Dark Knight series, I'm gonna go Corsair, which is a fancy name for a pirate, and I'm gonna dress up like the old Jack Sparrow.
Nice.
To the best of my ability.
Yes.
So fake dreads and rum, baby.
You should be playing the pirate game. What do you? Fuck,
yeah, I was just gonna say, man, when you get that Xbox, Sea of Thieves, man, and get full cosplay while we're rocking some Sea of Thieves. That's gonna be great.
Hell yeah. So that is something to tune in for at a later time. Once I finish Dark Knight, that'll be the next segment I'm gonna do. So that'll be fun. And then my next game that I picked up here, I was perusing through the Switch catalog, and they had a news story about some indie games, and I saw Haven. And Haven kind of struck me just being something beautiful, and I was like, well, I want to fucking share this, so I'm not buying it on Switch. So I wrestled with it. I was like, well, do I get the PlayStation or I go PC? And so I ended up going PC. So yeah, this game is beautiful. It's love the art style. It's amazing. Yes. It reminds me very much of Zelda, Breath of the Wild. Music is beautiful. So again, that's all on my Twitch as well too. So check it out. I don't even hook up a mic to myself or the camera. I don't want to take anything away from this game. It is beautiful. The combat at first was a little tricky, and it's not a whole lot of combat. And in the clip here I sent to Andy here to put on, there's a little bit of combat, and it takes a little combination because when you play this game, the combat's kind of made for 2 people, because if you have to multitask pretty well, and so your D-pad and the like A, B, X, and Y pad, that will you've got to hold those buttons properly to like do moves with each other, and like you can do like dual impact, or there's a one where you charge in there like yeah.
I'm looking at some screens. The art style is amazing looking.
Yeah, it's great.
But it's looking like it's almost like a fighting game at this point. I see 2 characters, kind of almost facing off like a fighting game. Is that the
looks like an RPG
system?
though?
It is a JRPG in that sense.
Nice.
So everyone is
okay.
Kind of. It's almost like a Final Fantasy VII where it's action. So it's live action instead of being. It pulls you into a combat scenario where it's you on one side and the enemies on the other side.
When you
but
get
if
into
you right,
the
but if you
scenarios. Okay.
but it doesn't come up with the menu that you have to push a button to like to attack. Like you've got to like it's all real time action. So
Fighting game turns into fucking Street Fighter right there, or what?
no, it's all like you have to hold a button. So like if you're holding,
Okay.
like left or something like that, you'll like shoot, and if you hold right, you'll run up and attack. But like you have to hold it, and then once it goes off, that's when they'll attack. But you don't actually like you're like hitting there like spamming X or something like that. So again, it's complicated. I feel like in a way because this game does it's meant for two people, and so when you play it by yourself, it can be a little tricky with that controller. But I feel like it's a pretty easy thing to get through or get past. But I just love, honestly, you go from like zone to zone, and you just glide around. And as you can see here, you get these boots that are like anti-gravity. You can like fly up things, and there's little camps here that you can settle down. And essentially I'm a sucker for a love story, and that's what this is. They have these great like banter back and forth, and the relationship is really good. It's all about these young kids that so far from the story that I've gone on with, it's about two young kids that kind of escape like the clutches of like an oppressive government that tells you what you get to be for the rest of your life and who you get to be with. So these kids have like known each other, and they said, nah, fuck that shit, it's not for me. And they like hijacked a spaceship and ran away together. And they found this isolated planet.
Elope.
Yeah. Yep. And then pretty much. And so, and you run into these areas where, as you saw me kind of like traversing through like some like rusty spots or whatever, like essentially like pollution. And it's you're cleaning the environment, and also like, freeing these animals of being like plagued with the pollution or whatever. And then you're also trying to like set yourself up for the future at this isolated planet. But you also find out that at one point this planet had been inhabited by people of your colony. They tried colonizing this. So I don't know. Again, I really love this game. It's really fun. It's super cheap too. Like, don't sleep on this.
By the way, if I didn't mention it before, it's free on Game Pass.
It is. Yeah, it's free on Game Pass. So if you've got an Xbox and you have Game Pass, pick it up. It's great. Nice. It's on sale on Steam for $20. Normally it's $25, and then it's obviously on PlayStation and also on Switch for $25 as well too. So yeah, I would say dig into this game. It's a lot of fun. There's a lot of stuff on my Twitch if you want to check it out.
Did you finish it?
No, hell no. No, I'm still rocking it, bro.
All right.
Hell no.
But my next game that I'm going to do, also just kind of as a preview, I'm going to get the Persona 5 the Strikers one, the one that was made by the Dynasty Warriors. But because I fucking love Persona 5, and so just being able to carry on that story like in sort of a different combat feel, like I'm so stoked on that. So that'll be the next one that I'm going to stream to once I finish up Haven.
What is what's the combat like in that then?
It's like it's just, have you ever played Dynasty Warriors?
Yeah. Oh, okay. So it's like a hack and slash.
Exactly.
Okay, cool. Oh, interesting.
Yeah, with like teams, and like you can like pass the baton and like use elements and summon your persona. So it seems like a really cool stylized way of like turning that game from a JRPG to more of an action adventure.
That sounds cool. I like it.
Yeah.
And I definitely love that world too. Persona 5 was always super fun.
I spent like 120 hours on that. My wife was like praying that I wasn't playing that game because of the music. Like it just got so repetitive. She was like humming it, and she was like, "Oh my God, I hate you." So
sorry, it's so good.
Yeah, right. But this one I looked it up, and it's about 40 hours to completion. So
wow, that
shouldn't be too bad. It's a good one to bite into, but it won't be
a good chunk of content, man, for the price too.
That's
awesome. Right,
for sure,
for sure.
Cool.
Yeah, so what have you guys been playing? What Andy?
Yeah, so I finally downloaded that game Maquette that we talked about a couple weeks back. It's also on Game Pass. So, or wait, no, I'm sorry. No, it was free on PlayStation Plus. Now that I have both the consoles, it's like everything's blurring together, and I feel like such an asshole for saying that, but I'm sorry.
Living that good life.
Yeah. But anyway, so yeah, Maquette is free. It's a PS5 exclusive, I believe, and it's free on PlayStation Plus this month. And so I checked that out. And Schmed also got it after he heard that I was playing it. Although I will say that once I booted it up, I literally didn't put it down until I beat it. And because I started at like 10 at night or something like that, and I played it until like 4 in the morning and just went through the entire thing. So it's not a super long game. But yeah, it's cool. So basically what it is, it's a narrative driven, recursive puzzle game. And I got some video here. I'll put that up while we're talking about it. But, yeah. And it's a lot of fun. You have like a maquette, which is, a model. I didn't know this. It's a sculptor's small preliminary model. So that's the definition of that, of a maquette. And, basically you have this in the world, but objects that you take into the maquette from the outside world, the larger world, they show up in the larger world. So like if you take like a stone or something and you from the big world and you put it into the small world, now it's super huge in like the world that you took it from, if that makes sense. It'd be easier if you look at the video, but you have to use this mechanic throughout the game to get, to progress and like to solve all these little puzzles and everything. So it's just really interesting. And then while you're going through, they are telling you this story. It's like basically an emotional journey about the main character's romantic relationship with a particular person. I'm not sure if you'd say it was like the love of his life or whatever or not. But yeah, it's interesting nonetheless. And it kind of takes you through that roller coaster of a relationship and the different phases as it's, beginning to break apart, and things like that. So I'm trying not to spoil anything, but
Don't spoil it.
It does get,
Shit gets
dark.
deep.
Yeah. And, so, it's not super difficult, but I will say I did get stuck a couple times. I was streaming on Twitch for a little while and I did happen to get stuck at one of those points, which is funny. And some, random person that was watching the stream was like, "You can do it. You got this." And I'm like, yeah, awesome. All right, cool. I got it. But I didn't. So I ended up looking it up. This one, and I think it was right at the beginning of this video, I think is when I actually had to do that. But
let me guess what part it is, because was it this part you had to like jump across a little gap to get outside of the wall, like outside of the maquette or whatever you want to call it?
I think that I just showed that in the video that's playing right now. And no, that wasn't the spot.
That part had me stuck for a second. I'm like, where do I go? And then all of a sudden I look over, there's like a little ledge and like a scarf or something at the top. I feel like they were kind of trying to lead you that way or something, but eventually stumbled upon that. But to me, it wasn't. I wasn't expecting any kind of platforming really. Before that, it was all just puzzle mechanics and like building a little bridge to, get yourself across to a certain area or something. But that one thing threw me off. I'm like, a little platforming section? Like, I got to jump across this gap. And there was no puzzle mechanic to it. You know what I mean? There wasn't like, I didn't have to like place an item specifically there to make a bridge or anything. It was just like, jump out of here and you'll find it. Like, all right, here we go.
Yeah. No, my part was with the part with the gems. And then there's this one section where you go into a house and you take one colored gem to get in, but then you have to pick up another colored gem to like get out. Oh, but you need the other gem, so there's like a little thing that you have to do to get the original gem out.
Remember when you drop it in the back? Minor spoiler.
Yeah,
is that the one where you drop it down the little ramp?
No, you actually there was like I don't know. There's like a fencing or a wall that had like a bunch of little holes in it, and it never occurred to me that I could, if I had the gem small enough, I could just slide it through there. So that's what it ended up being, but. Spoilers, except you're never going to be able to follow it because it's almost impossible to understand what we're talking about without actually seeing the video.
It's definitely a mind-bending game at times. Sorry, I can't talk right now, but
yeah, for sure. It also does have excellent music, and I'm sure it's all copyrighted, so that I don't know if that's a problem for Twitch or whatnot, but. But it is good, and it comes in at certain times, like basically when scenes are changing and like you're, progressing the narrative, which is cool. You get to like a new area and it kind of like plays some just cool music for a little bit.
Yeah.
The environments
kind of separate that gameplay a little bit.
Cut it up.
Yeah.
But the environments also kind of reflect the current mood of the character's state of emotion. So like, like we were talking about. Things kind of get darker in the world too as the story kind of gets darker, which is interesting. So it kind of feels like the story feels very tangible because it's like affecting the actual, world in the game, which is cool.
Yeah, I like the darker, like later on in the game it gets darker. It kind of reminded me of some Tim Burton-esque things. I don't know why. It reminded me of the Beetlejuice, like some of the Beetlejuice stuff, like some of the way the structures were.
Yeah,
and
like
stuff
leaning
when Beetlejuice
buildings, kind of like strange
kinda
angles and
all
things.
weird shit. Yeah, pretty fun.
I will say it's a little annoying that there's no run button, especially like you get out of the maquette and then out of that, and like so there's multiple levels of this, and as you get out, you obviously are smaller, so you end up having to run over very long, or not run, sorry, walk over very long stretches of ground, and it's just kind of irritating that they don't have a run function. So I don't know. Did you notice that at all?
I didn't, and for some reason I thought there was one. Maybe I'm mistaken on that.
It looks like I'm running in the video, but that's how you move when you're in the smallest area.
Yeah.
But
there were definitely, I agree though, there were some sections where I'm like, holy shit, I gotta go way the fuck over there. Like it feels like a football field away and I'm an ant.
Which is, that's cool, but when there's nothing to do on your way there or on your way back, and you're playing a puzzle game, so like sometimes you have to go back to the original tiny model, which is super far away, and then you aren't really sure what you need to do. So if you're going to try something, that enhances that, the length of time that you have to walk. You're walking back and forth, trying different things. It ends up taking a really long time. So
enhance.
Enhance.
Did you guys ever play The Witness?
Yes, I beat that too. I love that game.
Does this have that kind of feel to it?
Yes, I'd say it's similar.
Shout out Jonathan Blow.
I still think The Witness is much better.
Okay.
In my opinion. But this is
those
still
puzzles
really cool.
were crazy hard.
Some of them, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Witness seems kind of like a new age Myst kind of game to me.
Yeah.
When I look at kind of the screenshots and stuff of it, or when you were talking about it, Andy, episodes ago. But yeah, that's on my playlist. I need to get that one rocking someday.
Yes, you definitely should play The Witness. But anyway, you should also check out my cat. So the graphics,
and I did.
The graphics are fine. Well, I was talking to the listeners and viewers, but that's okay.
Fuck me, Andy. No,
you're fired. No,
I'm done now.
The graphics are fine, but I would definitely say they're not PS5 quality. Like it didn't.
Yeah, that was a little disappointing. I think we were texting back and forth about that when it first came out, and we were rocking and rolling on that. I'm like, I was kind of expecting it to look a little sexier.
Better.
I don't know.
Yeah, no, it didn't. It didn't like jump out to me as like this is like next gen or something. Which is fine, but
it's just
it is fine. But it's also interesting that it didn't come out for PS4, because I don't see why this couldn't have come out for PS4 or the other platforms. So
that's a good point.
I don't know. But it could just be as simple as they were developing it for PS5 to begin with, so who knows? There is some
it's the controller haptics. It's the only way to play it.
Yeah, so I was just gonna say there are some adaptive trigger feedback things, so that gets some bonus points for it. So basically, when you pick up an object, there's some feedback with the triggers when you pick up an object, which is kind of cool. So
it had like there was a certain groove when you're rotating items too. It would like kind of fight a little bit, but it felt just right. I don't know. They did a great job on that.
So as I mentioned, I did get the credit roll.
Nice.
I'd say you can probably beat it in about 4 or 5 hours without knowing any of the solutions. But if you do know the solutions, it sounds like you can probably beat it maybe even in under an hour. Because I was checking out the platinum trophy requirements, and basically it looks like you have to speed run each chapter. Which is probably not that hard after you know the solutions to the puzzles. So, like, we're talking, like, beat in under 7 minutes, beat this chapter in under 9 minutes. I think the longest one was, like, 12 or 13 minutes or something like that. So, it seems, and that's really, there's a couple of things you have to find, like, that I might not have found in the world, just, like, little Easter eggs or something. But aside from that, I mean, that's pretty much it to get the platinum, so I don't know. I'm considering it, and I put it down. It's actually been, because we didn't do a show last week, so this was 2 weeks ago that I was playing it, and I'm kind of ready to like jump back in and just go for that platinum.
Hell yeah!
Hell yeah!
We'll see.
Want to see that? Just like we saw the Rip Snorter.
The Rip Snorter.
The Rip Snorter.
Yeah,
Check
well,
out our YouTube for that one.
This platinum will be far less interesting to watch, I imagine, than the Rip Snorter. But yeah, check that out on YouTube. That is a fun video, I think. So other than that about Maquette, it is, like I mentioned, free on PS Plus for PS5 owners. So yeah, check that shit out.
Nice.
All right, here we are, fellas.
Yeah.
Women in gaming. In March, we celebrate Women's History Month, and there are many games that would not exist without them. Before we jump in, we just want to, not to sound too corny, but we just want to thank all the women in the industry for their contribution to our favorite industry, the gaming industry. Thank you very much.
Yes,
excellent. You all deserve a platinum.
Golf clap.
We will highlight some of these women here, but please leave a comment if there's someone that you'd like to add to the list. We understand, and obviously we don't have unlimited time, so we're just going to go through some of our most notables, and we would love to hear about other women that might have meant something to you in the gaming industry. So first off, we have Donna Bailey. So I got some images here of Donna Bailey. So why don't you drive here, Justin?
Cool. Yeah. So she was the co-creator of the Atari hit Centipede. So a lot of people
love it.
Grew up playing that game. So this is she did a lot of coding for that game specifically. She fell in love with Space Invaders. That's actually what got her into the gaming. A friend took her out for drinks, and she immediately quit her job at GM and went to work for Atari. She is an incredible pioneer in this in the field, because she went from like finishing up high school at 16, then graduating college at 19 with like a major in psychology and 3 other minors. So she's just someone that like just went at it hard.
Wizard.
Yeah, yep, exactly. It's just a very impressive person all around. So, and coded one of the greatest games of Atari. So
hell yeah. Centipede is so solid. I remember playing that shit at a Pizza Hut when I was a little dude.
Yeah,
right there on Douglas, Andy. I don't know if you remember that one.
Mm-hmm. That was one of those
machine.
That's one of those games that's been in. They have the cocktail table with that invention. People had those in bars
Pac-Man
and pizza
and
places and all sorts of arcades and stuff all over. Obviously.
Yeah, but no, that was an iconic one though. I mean, the gameplay alone was excellent too, but I think what really pulled me into that Centipede was the imagery on the side of the cab too. Like,
we have really a shot of that too in the slideshow here. You can check it out if you're watching the video version of the show. Yeah, the art on that cabinet is just amazing.
Oh yeah, we got Bone Check in the chat. He says cruising USA at the Pizza Hut. Fuck yeah, man, that was that was the move too.
Hell yeah! All right, who do we have next here?
So this was Danielle Button-Burry, and she was actually credited with developing one of the first influential multiplayer games, which was Mule.
Yes.
And then she was also for developing one of the first open world games, which was the 7 Cities of Gold. So Mule is actually considered one of the best video games of all time, and inspired creators like Zelda, Shigeru Miyamoto.
Nice.
Yeah, this is huge. I mean, this kind of game. So what it was there were 4 races, and each of them had positives and negatives to like their race. And she developed this game with commerce in mind, and so trading and getting your resources. So it was really cool, like the concept of it, and the fact that it like inspired other people to make games like Zelda and Mario. Like it's just mind blowing. Her other one, which again was considered one of the first open world games, the 7 Cities of Gold. It was all about you were like a Spanish explorer, part of like Cortez. Like you were like one of the Cortez, like Cortez, and you were exploring these 7 nations, and you were like meant to like bring together all this like wealth for your country, and it was really cool. Very, very cool games. So yeah, it's
do we know if there's a place that we can play these? Are they on like that site, the Abandonware website or something like that?
Archive.org or something?
I don't know. I haven't searched
Fact check.
Right. We'll have to definitely check that out here. Maybe post that out. We don't support we don't what is it? The
No. Abandonware though is an actual site, so that's when like the actual copyrights run out, and they don't care anymore. So then you can, yeah,
you can play all kinds of old DOS games and stuff on there. I think it's archive.org or something. They like the old PC library of shit. Yeah, dude, that Mule. Talk about the Mule multiplayer game. I mean, that's like light years ahead of, what everybody's doing nowadays.
Yeah, awesome. It was built for 4, and then like if you couldn't get 4 people to play with you, like it would load in like AI, and the AI was extremely smart, and so you had to like be like you always played with 4 people. So if you had 4 people with you that had 4 controllers, then cool, you had a full game. And if you didn't have 4 people, whatever amount of people that you didn't have, boom, the PC or I'm sorry, the control will just throw in 2 randos.
Like playing bot matches in Command and Conquer or Warcraft or something. Yeah.
That's awesome. Crazy. And that concept wouldn't return really for quite a long time.
Yeah.
Like the multiplayer thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
So I did find Mule on myabandonware.com.
Nice.
And so it looks like you can play it there.
Set some rooms up Wednesday night.
Yeah, we'll have
SJR game night.
Hell yeah.
Sorry, I'm just checking 7 Days of Gold real quick.
Okay, no worries.
See if that's on.
But I know
that is also on there.
Awesome. That's fantastic. So it looks like we can check out those games and really appreciate them. Probably
for sure.
Dial into that. Yeah, let's try it this Wednesday. For sure.
That's awesome.
Yeah. But Schmidt, I know that this next one has got a near dear spot to yourself and your experience gaming. So
Amy Hennig, video game director and script writer, known for her work in the Legacy of Kain series, as well as Jack and Daxter, and the Uncharted series as well, which I'm most familiar with. The her work in Uncharted, and very cinematic, and it's like watching a goddamn movie playing those games. I love it. It's perfect, written perfectly in my opinion.
Well,
I didn't know she did
so much so that they're making movies, right?
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah,
so,
they're doing it, yeah.
Obviously, they did something right with the storytelling and the character development, and and there's 4 of them. So, well, technically, there's like 4.5 or something like that. But,
but dude, I had no clue she did Legacy of Kain though. That one's new to me in these notes here, Justin. So thanks for dropping that nugget there.
Yeah,
Legacy of Kain was our buddy Jay. That was one of his favorite games. I remember watching him play that game a ton and just destroying shit. It was always too difficult for me. I could never figure it out at that young age.
How do I do this?
Yeah, but Amy Hennig, excellent work, and definitely one of the most influential women in the game industry today. So,
hell yeah! All right,
tip of the cap.
Yeah. So this.
Sorry, go ahead.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Nope.
Oh no, I was gonna say, So next one really sticks out for me because she was instrumental in putting together Dragon Age, and her work in Star Wars: The Old Republic was Jennifer Hepler. So she was known for her script writing in Dragon Age for the entire series, for 1, 2, and then a bit of 3 before she left BioWare. But she also again contributed to Star Wars: The Old Republic. So again, this is just really top-notch kind of stuff. She wrote like one of the games that to me easily top 10 like if Desert Island kind of game, like if you had to like pick 10 games to take with you to seal away for the rest of the world, like this was one of them for sure. So honestly, I remember playing that and just thinking this is amazing. Like they took KOTOR, which was sort of the building block for the first Dragon Age game, and just made such a killer first one and introduced us to the Wardens and everything. So yeah, that absolutely is one hands down top 10 for sure.
Hell yeah.
Okay,
so next up we have Kim Swift, and she was known for her game design work in Portal and Left 4 Dead. So obviously Portal is just a crazy, mind-bending, awesome game that there really has never been.
Game of the week! Game of the century!
Game of the industry.
Yeah,
but she developed the idea of Portal while in college with a few of her other classmates, and Valve caught wind of the game and hired her on the spot.
Yeah, they made her an offer she couldn't fucking refuse. So That's so cool. And not only that, but she also came up with she was also working with crew for Left 4 Dead. Like that game is such a great multiplayer zombie game that you pop in with some friends and just have a good old time. Like it had some scares to it. I mean, fuck, I remember trying to go up against my first witch and just getting obliterated.
That shit was terrifying, man.
Yeah, so bad. So
Back for Blood, man. We got that coming. I wonder if she had anything to do with Back for Blood. We'll have to dig in on that. Maybe do a little fact check on that later. Kim Swift. But yeah, man, those are huge accolades right there. Portal alone. Like,
yeah, I mean that's just massive.
Talk about a mind-bending puzzle game, man. Those were super fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, could you imagine what kind of brain you'd have to like just be able to think of designing those different puzzles? I mean, solving them was one thing. Like sometimes it really made you feel like a genius. Like I would have never thought of that, but then you feel so accomplished afterwards. But to actually like, first of all, think of the concept and then also to like be able to design those puzzles, for other people to be able to solve, that's really, really cool.
Yeah.
Super impressive.
Yeah. All right, Justin, what do we got next here?
Yeah, so we've got Rebecca Heineman.
Yes.
So she's best known for her work with development of the Bard's Tale, and as well as other, starting multiple different gaming companies. So she is a pioneer. She was considered to be the first national video game champion. You can see her on what was the Netflix documentary?
Did you say it was 1UP?
High Score?
High Score.
High
That's
Score.
it. Yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
Yep. So you can check her out in that. She goes through, walks through her involvement in Space Invaders. She was a rock star in that game, but she's also so fucking punk rock. Like her family and her couldn't afford like the Atari 2600. So what she would do is she would pirate the games and then she would later reverse engineer the code at like age 16. Like,
wow,
she is a fucking, like, when you think of like punk rock, like this is punk rock. Like just saying, fuck the man, I'm not going to pay for your money. I'm going to learn how to do it and do it better than you. And again, that's the reason why she had such a killer, industry run, making so many different video games and again, starting so many different companies. It's super cool to see someone like that just take off and run with it.
Yeah, for sure. Sorry, I'm just responding to some chats here.
Oh, no worries. And then I know that Slurps, I know this next one is really your jam. You put her on there.
Yes, Roberta Williams. So she is just amazing. So she helped start, well, she basically did start Sierra with her husband. So all the old point and click adventure games. And so she has a really interesting story, actually. So her husband brought home a computer, like a personal computer for like accounting, like, I don't know, I think he like wrote accounting software or something like that. Mm-hmm. And she found a text adventure game that he had on there, and she just totally fell in love with it. And she thought, I can do this. Well, actually, I guess before she did that, she actually went out to look and like find more of these games, like adventure games to purchase, and she couldn't find any. So she thought, well, I can make something. And so she did, and she's a passionate she became a passionate storyteller and a visionary. She tasked her husband with fulfilling her vision for things that hadn't been done before. So, for example, this is the first computer game, not King's Quest. Shoot, I didn't put the name of it in here. It's like a haunted house game. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Fact check.
I can't believe
this was. Yeah, it's all good. No, this one is also, she was showcased in the Netflix documentary. So she's also in High Score, because I remember them talking about this. Her husband has kind of a Manson-esque kind of look to him. I always thought that when they showed it, he doesn't smile very much, and he has that like presence where I'm like, ugh,
this guy wants to murder me.
Yeah, right. But she looks so full of life, and it's just so cool that she was able to, again, write these stories, and then with her husband's background, because I believe she was a teacher.
Mystery House, that's what it was called. Mystery House.
So she was a teacher, I believe, at the time when he brought home the computer, and then she designed this game on the back end and then had him program it. And yeah, it's so cool. But I didn't. Sorry, I wanted to steal your thunder.
Yeah, no, that's
buddy.
okay. You actually helped me out, so I could look this up. So Mystery House was the first game that she made, and that was the first game, computer game, to actually have graphics. So she thought, these text adventures are really cool, but she wanted to see graphics on the screen. So they made Mystery House, and this was something that hadn't been done before. Her husband had to figure out how to display graphics on the screen, with the game. So that was really cool. And then animation was another thing that they pioneered. So making those graphics move then at that point. And then she said something, and I was watching an interview where she said that she wanted more colors, and her husband was like, well, it only has 8 or something. She's like, make more colors.
Bump it up. Yeah, let's go.
And so he started combining, I don't know exactly how he did it, but I think it was something along the lines of combining multiple colors over next to each other or something like that to make them look like different colors. So just crazy shit. And then also they worked with Creative Labs, the people who made Sound Blaster, sound cards and stuff like that for PC, to develop the first sound card also. So for gaming. So
okay, specified sound drivers and all that shit.
Yep. Mm-hmm. And and then of course Sierra went on to create a slew of iconic original IPs that are revered as some of the best in the gaming industry. So right now on the screen we've got, this is not one of them, but this is a
Lode Runner.
Which one? Oh, Lode Runner.
Lode Runner was king on the Sierra version. Oh god.
Yeah. Well, okay. So obviously King's Quest, Space Quest, Quest for Glory,
Pinball. We got
Phantasmagoria. Pinball, Sierra Pinball was fucking awesome.
They did that
Leisure Suit Larry, which is hilarious.
Shout out Leisure Suit.
Did they? Oh, you're saying did they do Phantasmagoria? Yeah. And that was a pioneering thing too, because it had full motion video, but it was all done on green screen, so the entire world was rendered in engine. Well, it wasn't an engine; it was pre-rendered, but it was computer generated graphics. But then with a real person, a real video of a person walking around, which is really cool. So yeah. Oh yeah, but this one coming up on the screen right now for any of our viewers, Mixed Up Mother Goose. I loved that game when I was a kid because my brother played King's Quest and stuff like that, but it was kind of a little bit too old. I was too young for it.
Yeah.
So Mixed Up Mother Goose was basically it was like a King's Quest game for younger kids, but it was still a point-and-click adventure, and you basically had to go around the world and help solve all these nursery rhyme characters' problems. Jack Sprat or something like that didn't have a steak or something, so you find a steak somewhere else that an animal's trying to chew up or something, and you got to take it and then go back and give it to Jack Sprat. Things like that.
Kind of a Monkey Island adventure game.
Yeah, totally like that. But for nursery rhymes. So it was, I don't know, just super cool. And obviously, the Sierra games are just some of my favorite games of all time. So Roberta,
Thank
you
you.
the woman.
Mm-hmm.
Nailed that. All right. So now we want to move on and just kind of talk about some of our favorite female protagonists in games who have obviously also done a lot of things for, representing women and empowering women and showing strong women in games and things like that. So the first one on the list here is
Miss Lara Croft.
Booyah.
From the great series of Tomb Raider. It is obviously developed from, where it started in 96 and, spawned a few different movies. You had the one back in the early 2000s with Angelina Jolie. And that progressed, with Tomb Raider, 1, 2, and I think maybe even 3. And then series kind of got lost in the shuffle and then got revitalized here back in 2013, where Square, took over and really just, redesigned her from the ground up and made her less of a sex icon and more of that survival and mm-hmm. putting her grounding her in reality,
mm-hmm.
In the sense where she wasn't proportionally,
rough and
yeah, she wasn't right. She just, it's a very cool, it was empowering in that sense that it wasn't
mm-hmm.
a thirst trap. And so, I do want to just mention this too. Actually, the first two people we're going to talk about. So this year marks the 25th anniversary for Lara Croft. So this, 25 years of exploring those tombs. I mean, it was just a cool concept. I think back, like Indiana Jones was one of my favorite movie series, and this was pretty much the female version of Indiana Jones.
Right.
And it's just very cool just to have that kind of hero to play as, and see where it's evolved to now. Excited that they just Square just dropped a combo pack for all 3 of the games of this new series here. So you can go out and purchase all 3 of them all bundled together right now.
Nice.
Yeah, man. I remember the PS1 era, first Tomb Raider. I remember having like those dual pistols with unlimited ammo.
Yeah,
that was so fucking awesome back. That was a big deal back then, man.
Yeah, for sure.
I actually just recently like tried to. I think I had Tomb Raider on my PlayStation Vita, and I tried throwing it on. I'm like, this thing is a pixelated mess, man. I'm glad they remastered these and rebooted the series, if you will. Because if that's what we were left with, it's those are hard to play, those earlier games. But I think that's just PS1 in general, right? The way it looks.
Yeah.
you got to start somewhere, right? But no, just
sure.
I see here in the chat here, we got someone that just recently finished up the Shadow of the Tomb Raider, and honestly, those series were fantastic. I love them. Square did such a great job with her and designing that world and that story. So yeah, huge props to Square. But again, just want to pay tribute to Lara Croft and where she came from. Second one would be Jill Valentine. Now I didn't get much into Resident Evil.
No, I have this in the wrong order, I think.
Oh yeah, I guess that's
not
okay.
Resident Evil.
But we can skip to that one if you want to. We can skip to Yuna.
Okay.
All right, yeah, we'll go Yuna. Well, then, so for Yuna.
Yeah, well, I'll drive the order here.
Cool. So Yuna, yes, Final Fantasy X is easily my favorite game of all time. It's a great story. It's just wonderful. Voice acting was great. It was the first time that Square included voice acting for all their heroes. The cutscenes were wonderful. I mean, that PlayStation 2 really took the PlayStation 1 and just completely just jumped it up.
Mm-hmm. When's Nintendo gonna add voiceovers for all their characters?
I don't know. So it's too bad.
Never.
Right. But this game was just such a remarkable game. I remember putting hundreds of hours into this game. Hundreds of hours. And Yuna was just such a great character to play as. She had this conflict of having to deal with sort of taking up the mantle of her father as a summoner to rid the world of sin. She had to essentially sacrifice herself, was like her entire destiny. And to me, I mean, like, it was just like she was so selfless in the fact that she had to go about that entire world and go that way. So her journey is wonderful from the very beginning, with like her naivety and her sweetness to the temples and her growing as a person. She's just wonderful. So honestly, she always was in my party every time. Like in Final Fantasy X, you could only have 3 players, and Yuna was always a constant. So I just want to make sure that she gets the properly acknowledged for being one of my favorite characters of all time.
Hell yeah. Just so you know, I put these in the right order in the file naming convention, but for some reason they are random. So I don't know. We'll see. Oops. There's Laura. Okay. So next one. Yeah, no, this is definitely not in order. I apologize. So Bayonetta is up next.
Nice.
So yeah, what I actually have not played the Bayonetta series, but I know that it's very highly regarded because they have multiple games.
There was a third on the horizon too.
Yeah, and it's a Nintendo exclusive, right?
I believe so. I'm not sure if it started. I didn't ever play it here. Initially, I got the Bayonetta 1 and Bayonetta 2 when they came out with the combo on the Switch, and she's just a badass, like just straight badass. And I love the combat too. It just feels so fun. I mean, she is crazy.
Yeah, she has guns on her fucking heels. So I mean, come on. That's insane.
Yeah.
And flies around and shit. Yeah. I definitely have always wanted to play that game. I just have not. Shmed, did you play it? I'm guessing not. Also, are you muted?
Yeah, sorry, the dog was starting to whine. I had to get her out of the room here.
Oh, that's all right.
Sorry.
It happens.
Did you ask me something?
I did.
Sorry,
I just asked if you had played Bayonetta at all.
No, but it's supposed to be like hack and slash style, right? Like a Devil May Cry. I've heard a lot
Devil
of good
May
things
Cry,
about
like action.
Yep.
Yeah, it's definitely on the list. I don't know if I'll ever get to it. I mean, we're running out of time, boys. There's so many games to play.
I know.
Yeah, and it's never gonna get any easier.
No, definitely not. Not with a new system here.
Yeah.
So,
All right. Then the next one we have here is Tifa.
yeah. Everybody for the Final Fantasy VII.
Hell yeah. Love Final Fantasy VII. I mean, she's a pretty strong character in the game, right? I would say.
I mean, she literally throws down. She's like martial arts
she
magic.
punches everybody
Come on.
and beats the shit out of them.
Straight melee, dog.
Eris is bae.
Yeah, she's definitely a strong woman character and shows those guys who's the boss.
For sure.
All right, let's see who else we got here. Sonya.
Badass.
Yep. Sonya Blade.
Yeah, man. She's a fun character in MK1 and 2.
What were her fatalities?
So on.
Do you remember?
She would blow like kisses at you. There was one in, I think, MK2 where she would blow like a deadly butterfly at you or something, and it would just like, I don't know, I'd maybe like disintegrate you or something fucking crazy.
I think
I'm not sure on the first Mortal Kombat. I can't remember.
I remember her being like more like military, so I feel like she launched a bomb or like pulled out like an AK and just like
her. Now I remember. I think MK1. Her first fatality was she would like go on her, like stand up on her two hands and like rip
twist your head
torso
off or something?
with her legs.
Oh, that's
something. She would like flip forward, grab you, and rip you right in half.
It doesn't get much more badass than that.
Yeah,
right.
she's definitely a BA.
Yeah, crazy. Mortal Kombat. All right, speaking of fighting ladies, Chun-Li.
nice.
Yeah. She will kick your ass, literally.
Yeah.
She was one of the
That
first
spinning sidekick.
Yeah, she was one of the first like female characters I think I really remember for the most part, because Street Fighter 2 for Super Nintendo. I mean, obviously besides like there were other females in games, but not like empowered ass kicking ones like this.
Right.
To me at least.
Dude, my character was Chun-Li. I would play Chun-Li all the time.
Me
because
too.
she had that, like, she'd spam the sidekick.
Yeah, right. Got me, Andy. Damn it.
Dude, she'd straight like kick like there was no tomorrow. It was like a hurricane of kicks, man. You could not stop her.
Mm-hmm.
Henri in the chat says thighs of doom. Indeed.
That's true. But she was nice. She was nicer. She wouldn't actually rip your torso off.
Right.
She fought fair and not to the death.
I just didn't use her very fairly. I would just spam the tornado kick or whatever like that in the corner, and then anyone that tried to come near me, I would just like knock them ass to the ground.
Yeah, we're gonna have to face off, man.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Let's do this.
Ouch.
I'm bringing Blanca out, man. I'm gonna just shock you.
All right, guys. Miss Pac-Man.
Ooh.
What a
Hello.
badass. What a way, that's probably one of the greatest sequels in all-time gaming history,
Yeah.
Coming out of Miss Pac-Man. I mean, the board was changed completely. It's fucking awesome.
I think it was great because I think that there's while watching that high score documentary, by adding sort of that bow and, that kind of like sassy nature or whatnot, that Miss Pac-Man became sort of a figure for females to really identify with, with games, because before you just said Mr. Pac-Man or you just said Pac-Man. So like, this would be, this was finally like a hero, female hero.
Yep.
So, and
like
again,
it a
back
lot.
then, right. I know. Right. but no, good. I mean, she acted as sort of that counterbalance, that yin to the yang of Pac-Man, having like a female version of Pac-Man to, kick ass. Fight them ghosts and eat them berries.
Hell yeah. Well, and it also added kind of like an identity for young girls who like played games. It's like, okay, cool. Like it's okay for us to play games too, right? Like girls like games. It's not just guys. So it's like empowering in that way too, I think. I know I totally understand that we're like woman-splaining here. So like, we're not trying to be disrespectful. We're trying to, honor women. But like, yeah, that seems like it would be really cool for little girls to be able to say, oh, I like Pac-Man, but yeah, now I have Miss Pac-Man, and that's, I identify more with her.
Right.
Which I think is cool. So, yeah.
Somebody in chat's asking, why wasn't she Pac-Woman? But I'm assuming Pac-Man's the last name, so you got Mr. and Mrs. kind of thing. Pac-Man.
Miss Pac-Man.
You ever played Pac-Man? It's good stuff.
All right. Now we've got your Jill.
Nice. All right, fantastic.
Sorry
She also, it's all good. She also shares a 25th anniversary. She came out 96 as well with Tomb Raider, so this is very cool. I wasn't, again, I'm not a huge Resident Evil kind of guy. I loved RE2. I thought RE2 was fantastic.
Yes!
But
Jill, you got to go with Jill every time, though. She's got more inventory slots. That was always the key.
now
What is that? Is that some kind of a sexist dig, though, at Jill? Is she carrying a purse or something? She can hold two more items? Sorry, I don't know.
Seems to me like it's a good thing.
No, she was badass, though.
She's more
strategy. Yeah, right.
Yeah, more efficient, had the lock pick, too. She was totally a badass.
Oh, yeah, I'm very excited for that Netflix show coming out here, Tyler. That will be really cool to see.
Is that the Welcome to Raccoon City or something they're calling it? Or I thought I just saw something about the new series coming out with that.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what date. I know it's still coming soon on Netflix, but yeah, I know that's they're doing a lot of great video game transitions from video games to Netflix. Like I know they're doing Dota. That's coming out here Thursday, which I'm super fucking hyped for.
A Dota show? What?
Yeah, dude. There's a Dota show.
Nice.
All right.
I didn't know about that one. Wow.
Yeah. Thursday, man.
MOBA's getting their own series now.
I know, right?
It's insane.
All right.
Who we got next, buddy?
Here we go. Sorry about that.
No, it's all good.
Yeah, so it's I have played this game, but it's Aloy, right?
Yep, Aloy.
Yeah, okay.
Man.
I just want to make sure I didn't mess up the name.
She made my fucking archery skills so much better. Like I used to play Hanzo in Overwatch, and I straight up, her ability to shoot was just so fucking awesome. Like her exploration was so killer. Like she was everything that I wanted in like a really dynamic, like kick-ass female, protagonist. Like she's so awesome. Her story's great. Her weapons are cool. Like she's straight up a badass, and I cannot wait for the sequel.
Horizon Zero Dawn, by the way. We didn't mention it, and especially if you're not looking at the screen. But yeah, I definitely got into that game, but I kind of fell out. I think I've talked about this before, because I think Breath of the Wild came out like right around that time, right? Like
yes,
a few months after or something.
It unfortunately got completely just, hosed out by Breath of the Wild and the Switch coming out at that exact same time.
But I do want to go back.
Like, this game came out in March, and then the Switch came out in April, I believe, is how it all shook out.
That sounds about right. But yeah, I definitely want to go back and play it. I think it is included on the PlayStation Plus games, collection or whatever for PS5.
Okay.
I think. So I definitely want to go check it out again. But yeah, she is an awesome character, and again, this just shows you time and time again how awesome PlayStation's IPs are. Like they just created this awesome female character, and she uses technology, but she's also rooted in like primal kind of ways that in survival, and it's just very, very cool. She is badass.
Really strong character.
Aloy's an awesome name.
Yeah, super cool name. Strong character, and the design is great too. Like, I don't know, I love it. I love everything about the weaponry and everything they're rocking in that game. It's a fun playthrough for sure.
And this is an awesome image of her too that we've got showing in the background here. Yep. Check out the video. All right, next up we got Ellie from Last of Us.
Nice.
And yeah, so she obviously epitome of a strong female character. I mean, she just kicks the ass of not only zombies and fungus monsters and things like that, but also horrible, terrible human beings that are capitalizing on the end of humanity, and like Walking Dead style, where the humans are more dangerous than the zombies. She just kicks
technically
ass.
She's the only one that has the the ability to fight the virus.
She holds
Like that was the conflict
That's true,
of
too.
the first
Yeah.
one. Yeah. I mean, sorry, spoiler from 8 years
Spoiler.
ago.
You better
Yeah.
get on that if you haven't yet. Come on.
Right. But no, she's loved her in the first game. I haven't played the second one yet. I know Schmed, you played the second one, so
Yeah, it's just a continuation
Tell me about
of
her.
the second one, man. She's just, continuing to be. They're just building on that character. She's just more and more badass as it goes. I mean, she's obviously faced with more and more, crazy encounters and situations with, not even just the zombies and things like that out in the world, but just the human interaction and survival in the world, in the post-apocalyptic world like that. But yeah, really cool character that Naughty Dog, built up, and we should have maybe credited some of the writers and creators of some of these games, because The Last of Us is a masterpiece in writing alone. So
Excellent.
yeah,
All right.
Last of Us, highly recommended.
Yep. And then next up, we've got Elena Fisher, from Uncharted. So we mentioned Uncharted before. And yeah, she's always been a strong supporting character. And then in, what is it, 4? Spoiler alert, they're married. And so you get to kind of see her and Nathan, and their home life and stuff like that. And you get to sit down and relax and eat dinner and play Crash Bandicoot on your PlayStation 1. It's really cool. But yeah, she will fight with you in combat in a lot of scenarios, if I remember correctly. Right, Schmed?
Yeah, I believe there's some points in the gameplay where it kind of switches over and you're controlling her at times.
Yeah, and she's obviously knows her way around action and handling a weapon, and she can hold her own and get out of any of these sticky situations. Justin, did you play Uncharted?
I've not dabbled in Uncharted. I know that's heresy, but
it is. You're off the show.
I know. Shit, that was intense.
That's all it takes.
Yeah, right. Damn. Oh, got chat. Sorry about that, Jared. Yeah, I've not played it, my friend. I've wanted to. I actually have the pack where it's all 4 of them all together. So I really just need to sit down and just hit it. But there's so many games I want to play. It's hard for me to dive back.
You need to bump those Uncharted's up a little bit, though. Those are some of the better games of last generation and the generation before that too. Even PS3 when they were first coming out, it's like some of the best third-person shooting.
Yeah,
out there.
Agreed.
But I just know when I was looking over sort of like strong female protagonists, I know that in there it listed her as someone that, while she was saved, she wasn't necessarily a female that like had to be saved. Like, what didn't have to be a guy coming in to rush her. Like, she wasn't like some, someone in the in the tower, like Rapunzel, like waiting.
She was helping save Nathan.
Him,
in fact.
as much as he was,
They're a
saving
team.
her. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, for
so
sure.
Very cool.
She's awesome. All right, moving on. I'm sorry, but this is my favorite. Samus Aran from Metroid. Yeah. Woo! So I have to say, I'm one of the people that did not read the manual for the original Metroid game on NES, because I'm fairly certain there's one pronoun in there where they say something about, something her, this or something like that. So I missed that. But other than that, you don't know that the character you're playing is a female until you beat the game. And to find that out and play the entire time thinking, just, idiotically, like, I'm a man because I have this cool suit on and da-da-da-da. And she takes off her helmet and it's a girl and she has, long hair, and you're just like, what? That was such a cool aha moment. And so, like, they didn't need to do that. Like, it could have been a guy, or they could have just not said, because she, the person has a suit of armor on. But how cool is it that they decided that, yes, this character is going to be female, right from the very beginning.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Super
Powerful.
cool. Yeah, so I love me some Samus.
Yeah. I can't wait for the next
She's
one.
badass in Smash Bros. Too. So
yeah.
Hell yeah.
Don't fuck around when there's a Samus out on the playfield.
Yeah, right.
All right. Next, of course, another Nintendo favorite, Zelda. So she's awesome. She does spend a lot of time being captured and being the focal point for your adventures in the Zelda games. But as the years progressed, she has become more and more independent, and does help Link with certain things, and escapes situations and things like that. And you can play as her obviously in Smash Brothers and stuff now. So yeah,
and it's just one of those iconic characters too. I mean, we've been saving Princess Zelda since we were 5-6 years old or something.
Yep.
So like it's an iconic one, man.
Yeah, and I want to say even in Breath of the Wild, like just being able to like go back and like, yeah, I absolutely Sheik. Yeah, so that was what I was gonna mention too, because in Ocarina of Time, she's also Sheik. Correct me if I'm wrong, right?
Yes.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert.
No.
What is that, like 25 years old?
Yeah.
What's the limitations on that one? I don't.
Yeah, right.
I think it's probably less than 20 years.
Yeah, up at this point.
So
Yeah,
I mean, if you played Smash Bros, you can turn into Sheik. So like if you're playing Zelda, you could just turn. So
they spoiled it.
Yeah, blame Smash, not me. But in Breath of the Wild, I left her independent, kind of like she had a lot of sass in her. Because when you'd go back and like relive memories before you were kind of like put into like hibernation for 100 years, she had a lot of like sass to her, and she was just a great character. Like she felt like the weight of the world was on her shoulders, and you could see that in those flashbacks and when you did get to interact with her. So very cool. I again, she's just a great hero. For us to look at and look at strong women for sure.
Yep, we love you, Zelda. So much that Schmed named his dog Zelda.
True. I just need a male dog now, and got the link. Oh, got Link.
There you go.
Yeah, I got a friend too. Avatar's still here. That their dog is also Zelda.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Sweet. All right, next,
Yeah.
of course, which is hilarious because everyone in the chat is talking about poor Peach and Zelda's cooler than Peach and stuff like that. So again, we didn't order these necessarily, so like we aren't saying that any are more beloved than any others or anything. But yeah, Peach, she's next.
Yeah.
She's come a long way from just being in another castle.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm glad you tied that into this. I was trying to find a way to wedge that in. You got it. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. That's what I do. But yeah, it's cool now that she's actually a prominent playable character in a lot of things like Mario Kart and Smash Brothers and Super Mario All-Stars or not All-Stars, sorry, Mario Party is what I meant.
I mean, she's prime choice. I mean, it's, especially like Super Mario 2, you got to go Princess Peach.
Yep.
She can fly and hang in the air a little longer.
Hang time.
Same thing. We've been playing 3D World, the family and I, and that's Princess Peach. We're like fighting over her because that's the character everybody wants to be. I mean, she's got that flying mechanic. She can float in the air just a little longer. So,
Yeah.
Princess Peach, number one choice in my book on the Mario games. That's for sure. Nobody wants to be Toad anymore. That's for sure.
No. He is fast, though.
He is quick. I like him in Mario Kart.
There you go. All
And
right, next,
Mario Party.
next up we have, and I think this is the last one.
Yeah.
Is Cortana from Halo.
Damn, we should have got a soundbite of her in here.
I think that would have immediately thrown up a red flag.
Oh yeah, we can't do that. It's copyright.
Oh, that's true. Copyright.
Yeah, but Cortana was always, this strong, level-headed woman that's keeping Master Chief at bay and helping him through all of his crazy madness.
Yeah.
And she has a computer that is just in a female likeness, but still, the actress and stuff.
Yeah. Cortana does equal Bay.
Yeah.
People love Cortana in the chat.
Yeah.
Cortana is awesome.
Yep.
Such a soothing
badass.
voice.
Mhm.
But I don't really have much more to say about her, but I do appreciate having her along with me on all of my Master Chief journeys.
Can't you turn Cortana on like Windows 10 now too or something?
I'm
Or
not
certain
doing
phones?
it, Shred. Copyright.
No, I'm not saying to add it to the show. I'm just saying
Like,
if
do
anybody
it
wants
now.
to hear her voice, they can
I think it's
turn
the
it on
Google
here.
Home. Like when
It
you talk
is.
to your
Oh, yeah.
Google, you can change the voice to Cortana.
Well, it is in.
Okay.
It is built into Windows 10, but I don't think she talks back to you, does she? I think she just listens. I don't know. I could be wrong.
Okay.
Anyways, you can check that out, I guess.
Talk some shit to Cortana. Maybe she'll answer you.
All right, this is a very favorite part of the show that I like to do, and hopefully now that we see that there's a lot more people getting in on the conversation, hopefully you guys will do this too. But it's time for SJR Speak Pipes. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Hello. This is your chance to be part of the show. Call or leave us a text at 630-551-8898. That's 630-551-8898. And we just might put it on the air, just like Joey Jojo Jr. Shabadoo from Oswego, Illinois. Oh, boy. Hey, it's fine. If you don't want to give us your real name, I get it. I like these. These are fun. But clearly, that's not your real name. All right. Well, anyways, he or they ask, what is a gaming moment that's going to stick with you for the rest of your life? So that's a good question.
Yeah, I said Final
off?
Fantasy 14, and all the friends that I've actually met through that game.
Some of which are joining us today in the chat.
Yeah, seriously.
That's pretty cool.
Some of my best friends that I talk to on a fairly regular basis, daily, after 6 or 7 years now of knowing them all. So it's just been great. I mean, it built a lot of love with those guys. I visit most of them. There are a few that I wish I could see one of these days if I ever make myself down to Florida, I suppose, or to Virginia. But that's a bit too warm for my blood. But I do love all my friends there that I've met. They've been just a great family. Super grateful for them and all the memories I have.
All right, I'll go next. So I've said this before, but I'm going to say it again. Playing Super Mario 64 demo at Toys R Us for the first time is just, that to me was like magic, and I'm never ever going to forget that and what it felt like and how just cool and different and in awe I was about what I was seeing, feeling, hearing. I mean, all the senses. That demo was just like, it blew my mind. And I really, really hope that I can somehow experience that same feeling again someday with something else.
They just drop you in the courtyard there and let you roam free.
Mm-hmm.
Go find them stars, Andy.
There you go.
Love it.
What do you got, Schmidt?
Mine is the Flawless Raider Platinum.
Oh,
was it the Platinum?
Oh, yes, it was. No, it wasn't.
It's
you needed it to get the platinum. It's one of the harder
trophies to get the platinum.
It was the last one that we all got to get the platinum because it was the hardest one, and we all had to do it together.
Right. So, Flawless Raider, your entire fire team has to finish the raid without dying. So, that's just gonna stick in my brain. I really should know who was all in the fire team. Andy, I know you were there.
We took a screenshot of it. I don't know.
Jordy might have been there. He might be in the chat. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure Jordy was there. It was definitely you and me. And
yeah, and we did Vault of Glass, right? I think that was the one we tackled.
Was it, or was it Crota?
It could have been Crota too. I was trying to
I don't
figure
remember
out which one it was, but anyways, Flawless Raider. Just to say that a fire team got through without dying, because some of those raids are fairly tough, and you gotta really, sync up with your teammates and have your call outs and communication on point. So that was one of the more really fun things we did as a multiplayer
team
group and party. Yeah, it's fun stuff. So Flawless Raider, thanks Shabadoo.
Shabadabadoo.
Yeah, so that's again, from The Simpsons.
Yeah, I think so too. So yeah, give us a call or just a text message, 630-551-8898. All right. That's all we've got for you guys this week. Remember, Super Joystick Radio is a weekly show, so please subscribe and leave a review on your favorite podcast application like iTunes. Become a patron at patreon.com/superjoystickradio. $1 gets you early access to the audio version of the show. $3 gets you exclusive access to the show notes and access to the SJR Banter Archive, where we have a bunch of stuff that's cut from before, during, and after our shows. There's a huge collection there that you can check out on day one as soon as you sign up. $5 also gets you all the previous perks, plus a Discord badge for our Discord server, which you should also join. There's a whole bunch of cool people talking about all sorts of things, not just video game related, but all sorts of things. My favorites are the not safe for work memes and the what we've been eating, where everybody shares their grilling and their, what they're cooking for dinner and stuff like that. It's a lot of fun.
Food porn.
And the $5 a month also gets you a shout out on the show right now.
Shout outs to our $5 patrons: Phil Lynch, Joe Halder, Rob Bilchunas, Phil Lynch, Joe Halder, Rob Bilchunas, Nick, last name not specified, Caitlin, Chrissy, Justin D, Maddie Deebs, C-Fresh, he's a newbie, welcome to the club, buddy,
Yes.
and Jay Schmed.
Lucio, man.
Also, all tiers get discounts in the merch store as well, where you can find things like SJR shower caps.
SJR t-shirts.
I think we're selling plastic cups now, too. I don't know.
Ping pong
There's coffee
balls.
cups. Yeah.
There you go.
And paddles. Get the set.
Collect the whole set.
Wow.
Follow us.
I want to break into the wiffle ball game. Can we do that next?
Yes.
There we go.
absolutely.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
Follow us
Lawn
on
darts.
Twitter at SJoystick Radio. Follow us on Instagram at Super Joystick Radio. Subscribe on YouTube for Let's Plays and streams. Sub to our Twitch channel at twitch.tv/Super Joystick Radio. Help us out. We are trying to do this show live every single week with our fun graphics and videos now. So we're really excited about it, and we love having you guys here in the chat, talking to us in real time. Today, I think we have had a record number of people engaging, which is super fun. And
I think we've had about 10 concurrent. That's some kind of a record.
14
Yeah,
it looks like right now.
Thank you, guys,
Yeah,
joining.
no, we love hearing your guys' feedback, and we want you to be part of the conversation. That's the whole point. So you can also visit superjoystickradio.com for all of our social media links, and our merch store. Join the Discord server there. Shout out real quick again to the Discord channel, Discord server, and then Schmed. You want to plug the game night?
Yeah, Wednesday night on Discords in the on our Discord in the Looking for Group channel. Check it out there. We try to organize a little game jam once a week with the crew if we can, and it doesn't always work out, but no pressure.
Hey,
you guys want to jump in there and rock and roll some Overwatch or something with Justin D and I, or Destruction All Stars with Slurpee and I?
And the more people that jump in there on our Discord server and get in on that, the more people will be in this pool, hopefully, to play games with. So it'll be fun.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
All right. Like I said, one last time, leave us a text or voicemail via the SJR hotline at 630-551-8898. You could do it right now. That'd be the easiest thing. You probably have your phone in your hand anyways. Just type in the number and send us a text. Save
hi. It for when you're drunk.
There you go.
Dial us.
Drunk dial us, please. That would be the best.
Please.
All right. Get in on the conversation. We'd love to hear your feedback or topic ideas on any platform. Like a grade school birthday party, nobody leaves empty-handed. Here's your goodie bag for the week. Schmed, what do you have for the good people?
No, most people probably don't need a heads up on this one, but The Falcon and the Winter Soldier now on Disney Plus. First episode just dropped this week, and it is action-packed, balls to the wall.
Ow!
I was sold in the first 10 minutes. I'm like, all right, I already like this 10 times more than WandaVision, so I'm sorry, guys. I said it. I like WandaVision, but Falcon and Winter Soldier is 10 times more action already in the first episode, so I love it.
Nice.
Check it out.
Keep it coming.
I'm just going to kind of mirror what the chat's talking about here. A few people back just said, long live the Schneider Cut, and that is actually my goodie bag for this week.
Nice.
Check that shit out, man. That is the tits. There's a lot of fan service. A lot of people, a lot of noise going on. So just don't listen to those fucking haters. Just go out and enjoy it. It's on HBO Max. Give it a chance. It's great.
Nice.
Snyder Cut.
But make sure you pee beforehand. It is 4 hours long.
Holy shit.
Grab
Yeah.
some snacks.
All right, mine is
Give me the
simple.
popcorn.
Mine is simple. 311 Live, baby. They had a show on 311 Day. We checked that out. It was an awesome stream, and they're going to do 2 more coming up where they're playing other albums in their entirety.
Sound System and From Chaos, I think, coming up next.
Yep.
Right?
You can just go to their website to get all those details, but that's a fun time. I can tell you that. All right. That's what we've got for you guys. Thanks for listening. We love you, and we'll see you next week.
Later.
Cabbage Patch out.
Whoops, that fade sucked. All right. Bye, guys.
Peace out.
It's all good.
Lots of love, Twitch. Peace.
Thanks, guys, for hanging out with us. That was fun.
Great.
We appreciate it.